Backstage in Vancouver, and I'm joined by Jim Miller, who just had yet another victory over Joe Lauzon. It was a rematch. There was so much to live up to. It was the 2012 Fight of the Year. Was there any hesitation of, can we put on a show like we did before?
No, there was no hesitation. I knew it. I knew that, I go into every fight trying to finish, and, he's the same way. And there aren't many guys, like us that go out and on a bad night give 100%, live by the sword, die by the sword, if you want to be cliche about it. But I was going to keep going at him. I knew that he's dangerous, but if he could weather my storm, I knew we were going to put on a fight, and I'm sure he was thinking if I could weather his, that we'd put on a fight. He's just a tough character, and I have a huge amount of respect for Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, you guys performed, from the striking to the grappling. It was an amazing contest between the two of you. Heading into that third round, Joe Lauzon's corner said, hey, he's just as tired as you right now. What was kind of the attitude going from the second to the third when both of you had given so much already?
It was one of those things. In our first fight, we had that brief break in the second round where they were cutting the gauze away, and it's like, man, we're in something special, and after 2 rounds it was like, holy crap, we did it again, so just go out and 5 more minutes. There was a lot of experience inside the octagon tonight between the two of us. That was my 24th, I think his 23rd fight inside the octagon. So it was another painful night against Joe.
Speaking of, experience, you are now tied for the most wins in the lightweight division in UFC history with 16. That's got to be kind of amazing feeling, right?
It's cool. It's cool to be here, to be where I am. Like I said, that was number 24, and I signed with the UFC less than 8 years ago. So I've been averaging 3 fights a year for the last 8 years, which I don't think anybody else has been able to do. I'm kind of like the Cal Ripken Jr. of the UFC. So, I'm gonna stick around now that I'm feeling good and having good camps, and keep going. I haven't reached the goals that I want to reach, that I set out to reach, but there's still a lot of fight left in this old dog.
The Lyme disease is under control now. You feel healthier. Talk to me about that little trip you made to Nick Catone's where you were able to train with UFC lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez, and what kind of that put into perspective for you?
Getting down to train with Eddie, he was that was before 200, and he was gearing up for his title fight, and I hadn't felt that good in a while, and I'd kind of been staying away from there because I hadn't even been performing inside the gym. So I knew that if I went down there, I would have gotten my ass kicked. So when I was finally feeling pretty good, I was able to make it down there, and it really it put in perspective that I can hang with the best guys in the world, and I've trained with them before. I trained with Frankie when he was on his way up, and we'd scrap every Sunday, and I know what I'm capable of doing. I just have to show up on fight night.
A lot of tough guys training there in New Jersey. Tonight was a split decision victory for you. Why do you feel like 2 judges had it in your favor? What do you feel like stood out the most?
The significant strikes on our feet. I was able to hurt him a couple times. I think at least 3 or 4 times I had him wobbled, I had him hurt. So being able to land those significant strikes, and then, keeping the damage to a minimum on the ground. I slipped in the first round. He was able to capitalize, keep me down for a while. And then, we went in. I threw a kick in the second, and he threw a knee at the same time, and luckily I wear a tie cup, so it still hurt, but, it kind of lifted me off the ground, and he was able to take me down against the cage, and and kind of grind it out a little bit there. But I was able to defend everything that he was doing, and he really wasn't able to land that much. So it was kind of, he was beating me positionally, but not beating me up. And what I was able to do on our feet was enough.
Right. Well, you are able to get your hand raised. Congratulations, Jim. Nice to see you feeling healthy again. We're looking forward to seeing you back in that octagon.
Thank you very much.